Lover or hater, you can't deny that Iggy Azalea will definitely strike up a conversation whenever mentioned. I for one am more than willing to give Iggy some leeway because she's done something that I didn't think was possible. Provide some sass and interest in the female rap genre, a market that had been pretty desolate for a while and had really gone to the dogs with it being propped up by the likes of Nicki Minaj, someone who did more harm than good for the genre. Iggy on the other hand delivered solid lyrics, fun songs that were accessible and for the most part didn't have to resort to any degree of gratuitousness in order to gain some sort of recognition. Those feelings however have somewhat dwindled over the last few months as now Iggy has become a parody of herself. We've all seen the multitude of videos of her trying desperately to freestyle rap and falling flat on her face time after time, and recent releases have been anything but impressive. Iggy is now more than happy to squander any early hope she had created for herself at the beginning and has now been lumbered with being the artist who's trying to maintain credibility by teaming up with anyone and everyone who will have her. Last year we saw her team up with Charlie XCX, Ariana Grande and Rita Ora to name a few, with differing results, and this year we have seen her team up with Mew, Britney Spears and Jennifer Hudson, the last being her most current hit to date, titled a song that for the most part is okay. Combining hip hop with a soul twist, the production is basic but fun, using jaunty piano chords to carry the song and a horn section near the end which adds depth, but I do have to question why the use of real drums and drum machines are used together, particularly in the second verse. Was that really necessary? Use one or the other, but not both. And the use of the electric guitar in the opening, I honestly can't tell if it's still being used in the rest of the song or if it's being drowned out by everything else. And this isn't an in-your-face instrumentation. If anything, it's very tame in comparison to almost everything that Iggy has done, almost as though she was just slumming it in this song. In verse 1, Iggy lets us know that she's identified some quote bad boy who she knew was bad news all because he has tattoos and a bad boy demeanour, yet she's still undecided if he actually is bad news and if he's just after that one thing. Iggy, you just said that you knew he was bad news. What's there to decide? Are you suffering from memory loss? Now, Iggy, being the sensible girl that she is, realises that this guy isn't worth the time of day and is going to steer clear of this dude and not get into any. Of course she doesn't. Instead, she thinks, fuck it, and decides that if she's going to be in a fucked up relationship, then it's going to be with this person. What? You honestly thought that there was going to be a positive, sensible message in this song about avoiding douche-tards and morons? Please. Verses 2 and 3 only reaffirms this sentiment, throwing out the opposites attract cliche, all the while Iggy tries to portray herself as some unassuming, sweet and innocent good girl who's so deluded that she's unwittingly got herself caught up in some shit relationship, claiming that she's being forced to begging in order to get any action, only to fuck up this whole sentiment, telling the listener that she knew that she was getting involved with a dickhead, which to be honest we're not exactly given much detail into this guy's character, but that she's no saint either, even though she's just tried to paint herself in a good girl way. Seriously Iggy, how fucking inept are you? The guest vocalist Jennifer Hudson delivers the chorus, which does a great job in being the complete opposite to the first verse, in that Jennifer states that she on the other hand knew that this bad boy was a douche simply by the way he leaned, that he took care of himself and his appearance, and that he kisses his own teeth. How the fuck Anyway, Jennifer's okay, but really you could have easily replaced her with another half decent vocalist and the result would have been the same. In a nutshell, this song is the hip hop version of Taylor Swift's I Knew You Were Trouble. Trouble is filled to the brim with double negatives and promotes the idea of not ditching bad guys, even though the song gives no indication as to what makes this person bad. I chalk this up as being a below average song not worthy of any repeat value. Iggy's net worth has gone down considerably, and honestly I feel like an idiot for thinking that she could have been something different and fresh to the hip hop genre. Alas, she's another artist who showed early promise but has gone down the slippery slope and is now in the doldrums of the mediocre and uninteresting. Shame really.